Hello everyone, myself MONISH Kumarji. I'm studying Mechanical Engineering at SNS Institute of Technology, and today I'm going to speak about the artificial intelligence in mechanical engineering, a autonomous car case study. Let's see about it. Let's know what it means intelligence. Intelligence means learning about understanding one's surrounding, to respond to the situation very reflexively, to recognize the relative importance and different elements of the situation, to find similarity between the situation or to find difference between something. Same like AI is nothing more than different than our intelligence, which tries to copy or mimic or duplicate a human brain. It is does a job which a human brain does a lot more better than our brains. So AI in mechanical engineering, it can be termed as a intelligence. It combines with a wide variety of advanced technologies to give a machine the ability to work itself without a manual controlling by a human, and display a behavior not explicitly programmed into their original capabilities. It just works itself where the program we were given. Like if you give a program to start, it starts, and in the end program you give it end, it's inside the problem and it starts again. Like you could do it regularly without any getting tired. By if you do your job by yourself, you get tired. By AI, it doesn't get tired. In different areas like robotics, you could see robotics or robotics with AI. You have seen in a lot of Japan, they are started to create AI restaurant. It just starts serves your food. A robot serves your food. AI collects your orders. Speech recognition, like you could even control a car by a speech. Your light, your tube light, your fans, everything. You could it became just a smart room. You could control. If it's a smart room, you could control by your voice itself. Facial recognition. We could have seen in iPhones like facial recognition. Instead of passport, you just need to show your face to your phone and it just unlocks. Navigation, like showing Google Maps, showing your way. Mapping, like showing India map, our world, uh, country, where is a country, it shows by mapping. Motion planning, object recognition, it recognizes the object or shows object, what is the object or where is the object, where it is made, what is the price of the object. It recognizes everything and shows it is sold where, and you could even buy it by just taking a photo. If you don't know about the object, you could just take a photo and search for it. That's all. Autonomous cars, it is a vehicle that can drive itself one point to another point without assistance from a driver. In other words, within our autopilot system like Tesla, where you could even, like, you have seen a lot of YouTube videos like I'm sleeping for a hour and going to the destination, like kind of a YouTube videos have been came. Driving a car drives itself without any human instructions, like itself by AI. Main components of autonomous car: GPS, LIDR, sorry, radar, video cameras, and position estimators. Autonomous driving. Google has been modified a car which called as a Google Taxi. I think so. It has been introduced as a Google Taxi where there is a no driver in the car, but it takes you from one point to another point where you need to go. You might mean your destination. இப்போ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அது வந்து உங்களோட இடத்துக்கு அது கூட்டிகிட்டு போயிடும். இப்போ நீங்கள் வந்து இந்த இடத்துல இருக்கீங்க. இப்போ நான் வந்து இப்போ கணபதியில் இருக்கேன். ஐ நீட் டு கோ டு காந்திபுரம். இட் டேக்ஸ் யூ வித்தவுட் எனி ஒன். டிரைவர் தேவையில்லை. இட் கம்ஸ் யூ பிக்கப்ஸ் அண்ட் டேக்ஸ் யூ டு யுவர் டெஸ்டினேஷன். அது மாதிரி தான். இப்போ அது வந்து இந்த நான் இப்போ ஃபஸ்ட் நான் சொன்ன இந்த ஆட்டோனமஸ் கார்ஸோட மெயின் காம்பனன்ட்ஸ்ன்னு அதை வச்சு தான் இந்த காரை ஃபுல்லாக டெவலப் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அதுக்கு அது காம்பனன்ட்ஸ் இப்போ சொன்ன ஜிபிஎஸ், ஒரு இட் கிவ்ஸ் அ பொசிஷன் ஆஃப் அ கார் சேட்டலைட்டிங் மேப்பிங் லைக் அ கூகுள் மேப். அது உங்கள் கார் எங்கே இருக்குது, எந்த இடத்துல இருக்குதுன்னு காட்டுது உங்கள் காரை. அதுக்கடுத்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் கொடுக்குது, இந்த கார் எங்கே இருக்குது, அவர் டெஸ்டினேஷனுக்கும் இதுக்கும் இவ்வளோ டிஸ்டன்ஸ் தான் இருக்குது அப்படின்னு. இட்ஸ் கிவ்ஸ் யுவர் பொசிஷன். அண்ட் லைட் டிடெக்ஷன் அண்ட் ரேஞ்சிங். ஹார்ட் ஆஃப் அன் ஆட்டோனமஸ் கார், it is a sensor producing laser beam scans more than 200 feet in all direction, making precise 3D mapping of surroundings. Like இப்போ நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா it shows in உங்களோட காரோட ஃப்ரண்ட் ஒரு மானிட்டர் இருக்கும் பார்த்துக்கிங்களா, அந்த மானிட்டரில் it shows பக்கத்தில் ஏதாவது ஆப்ஜெக்ட் இருக்கா, முன்னாடி என்ன ஆப்ஜெக்ட் இருக்குன்னு அது ஒரு 3D மேப்பிங்காக அது உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு டிசைன் பண்ணி கொடுக்குது இந்த ரேடா. அதுக்கடுத்து ரேடா இஸ் பொசிஷன் அண்ட் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் ஆப்ஜெக்ட். இப்போ சொன்ன மாதிரி உங்களுக்கும் ஒரு காருக்கும் எவ்வளோ டிஸ்டன்ஸ் இருக்குது, த டிஸ்டன்ஸ் பிட்வீன் உங்களுக்கு முன்னாடி போகிற காருக்கும் என்ன டிஸ்டன்ஸ், வாட் இஸ் த டிஸ்டன்ஸ் பிட்வீன் த கார்ஸ் ஆர் சைட் கேப், அதை ஷோ பண்ணுது. அடுத்து வீடியோ கேமரா. இப்போ வீடியோ கேமரா நீங்கள் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க, லாட் ஆஃப் வீடியோ கேமராஸ் லைக் ரியர் கேமரா லைக் ஷோஸ் you need to not to see side mirrors for taking reverse. You could just see the camera and take reverse. அது இப்போ AI it takes a reverse, AI parks, AI does everything. Position estimator mount on left wheel வந்து mount பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க, I mean rear wheel. Measure the small movement of a car and accurately locates its position on the map. Like said டெஸ்லாவும் சரி கூகுள் கார்ஸும் சரி, it shows the car, where is the car and what car goes, where the car stops. It shows everything in the position of the map. Other technology making the car fully autonomous: adaptive cruise control, adaptive headlights, traffic signal recognitions. Adaptive cruise control, you could even see like if you select a car which goes at 100 kilometer speed and you just click a button for cruise control and it goes for 100 kilometer per speed without giving any acceleration or pressing any acceleration. Once you apply a brake, it stops automatically. Or if it get more advanced in AI, if we could see a Tesla car or even Mahindra now, a Mahindra XUV700 has introduced a car which if you go at 100 km per speed and you change a lane where there is a car friend going with a 70 kilometers per hour speed, within the range it indicates the car speed and it decreases its speed itself. If the car in the front goes for 70 km per hour speed, our car goes at 65 and we automatically switch the lane if there is no car at the front and the last கடைசியாக நம்ம கொடுத்த அந்த ஸ்பீடுக்கு வந்து it changes automatically, it changes its speed to the normal where we given at first 100 km speed hour. So it is called as a adaptive or a adaptive cruise control. Adaptive high beams automatically and continuously adapts the head type ranging of the distance head or which or oncoming. If you could see, if you're driving at a highway at nights, you need to indicate by giving high beam to low beam, changing by high beam to low beam, that you're indicating that I'm going to overtake a car that is front of me, and saying that to the opposition or opposite car which vehicle comes at opposite or a vehicle which you're going to overtake. So it does itself, AI does itself, so you need not to do to change it like high beam to low beam, itself change itself overtakes. And traffic signal recognition, a sensor accelerometer is using detective of radiation. A light of different color will radiate different to intensity of radiation which detected by a sensor. You could even see Tesla cars even show a crossing. If someone crosses in front of you, it shows in your monitor. So if signals in red, the car goes to stop, and if a signal changes into green, the car starts to go. Production. By according to the inputs of sensors, the technology above mentioned, ECU, Engine Electronic Control Unit, determines the path, speed, direction, etc. by controlling the throttle, steering, brakes, etc. ECU is a genetic term used in any embedded system that controls one or more electric systems in a motor vehicle. Advance of an autonomous car. Less traffic conclusions, like you need not to go, if you go there won't be a lot of traffic. Increased roadway capacity and reduce traffic. Reduce of physical road signage. high energy efficiency. Humans are not required to take the car. AI or a robot can control itself. More AI has been advanced. AI itself can be used. A robot doesn't need. AI itself drives the car, parks the car, comes for you. Where are you standing? Itself comes to you. Can find out a current position by evening. That's what I said first. Less space is needed for parking. And most disadvantage in a AI or a cars or autonomous cars, it has a lot of chance of getting hacking. If you have seen a Tamil movie called Kannum Kannum Kodalta, he just hacks it Rolls Royce cars with a phone. He just controls it with like just playing a video game of controlling a car. So that's what a major disadvantage I see in AI cars and autonomous cars. Recently developed autonomous cars are Google driverless cars, Volkswagen GT, Audi TTS. And I need to say about Tesla, Tata are giving a lot of competition to Tesla because they are also started to develop artificial intelligence cars. They are also coming to the business of AI introduced cars. Conclusion: there's no doubt about the automatic field, and that will be autonomous vehicle. But the biggest hurdle will be illegal, not technical. For example, who's responsible? Which one of these cars gets in an accident, and how will the police pull over autonomous cars? If they needed to be, if the problem solved, autonomous cars will be bigger or a higher. It gets a big boom, but I won't say IA car is not a good thing, but I also recognize IA cars would be get a better development in upcoming years, and without a human power we could drive everywhere anywhere, so everything starts to become a IA, like smart homes, smart room, everything it gets into a smart, which we control by AI itself. So that's what I think about AIs and autonomous cars that has a AI. It goes to be a big success and big helpful for the people. It even helps you when you're driving at night times. Some if a lot of accidents happen on night times because without knowing we get to sleep. If you have a high introduced cars, it itself recognize some kind of object goes in front of it. We need to reduce the speed, or we need to change the line itself too. So does something doesn't bad happen. So I think AI goes to be a big impact in future, and these are the reference I taken for this case study. Thank you for giving a precious time to me. Thank you.